What's up, guys? Balmont here. So Sony has just released a couple of hours ago a list with many of the games that will be present in its new subscription system. Now, before we get into them, and believe me, there are quite a few good titles in this list, and it's far from being complete. Okay, they just released a few dozens of them. Okay, I'd like to take a moment to explain to you the different levels of subscription that we will be getting, and I have this very handy official Sony video right here. So, on the basic level, the standard PlayStation Plus tier, nothing's going to change. You're going to be getting 2 new games per month and online gaming capability. That's it, everyone knows how it works. However, things will begin getting more interesting once we reach the PlayStation Extra, which is the mid-tier, which should be coming on right now. Yes, this tier will bring us 400 titles between PlayStation 4 and 5 games. This in itself is already amazing. Now, with the PlayStation Premium service, we're going to be getting game trials, which are demos, cloud streaming, which will encompass the PlayStation 3 titles, and classic gaming, which will be the PlayStation 1, 2, and PSP. And reportedly, we will be getting, in addition to the original 400 titles from the extra tier, we will be getting more than 300 titles on the classic catalog. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm excited for this. Both for the retro gaming world, the retro gaming community, because as we're gonna see right here, some of the titles that have been announced, they're kind of foreshadow other things that we could be getting from very specific companies, and I'm really looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the list itself. Okay, so as you can see, this is straight out of the PlayStation blog. And now let's take a look at some of the games that have been divulged for the PlayStation 4 and 5. We're going to be getting Alienation, Bloodborne, which was a given, Conquer Genie, and another very good thing about us getting Bloodborne again in a free service means that more players are going to get into it. So if you're a Soulsborne fan, then you know what this means. It means an extended, a heightened server activity. So yeah, I like that, even though I already had the game. And moving on, Concrete Genie, Days Gone, Dead Nation Apocalypse Edition, Death Stranding, and Death Stranding Director's Cut, which was a very divisive title. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. I loved it. I thought it was a masterpiece. We're going to be getting Demon's Souls. That was also a given. It's really smart of Sony to give them to us. Now, Destruction All-Stars, Everybody's Golf, I never heard of that. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Ghost of Tsushima was one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And by the way, stay tuned because I will be both live streaming it and making a very special video about it because this game deserves it. Now, moving on, God of War, of course. Then Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush is, it's actually a game that I've always wanted to play. So I'm really looking forward to this. Then there's Gravity Rush 1 Remastered, Horizon Zero Dawn, again, no-brainer. Infamous First Light, Infamous Second Son, Knack, Little Big Planet, Loco Roco Remastered 1 and 2. Marvel Spider-Man. I've been looking forward to trying this title out because everyone's been saying, ever since its release, people praise it as being the best Spider-Man game ever. And then we have Miles Morales, which I'm also looking forward to, even though people said it's very short, but hey, if it's going to be in the service, I'm going to play it. Then there's Matterfall, Medieval, which is a remake from a PlayStation 1 title. It was really funny, really quirky, I liked it. Then Patapon Remastered 1 and 2, Resogun, sounds like a shooter, and Returnal. This is a title that I'm looking forward to. You can bet that as soon as this new subscription system drops, I'm going to be playing the hell out of this. I'm going to be playing the hell out of this. It seems right up my alley. It's challenging. I'm so looking forward to it. Now, moving on, Shadow of the Colossus, great title. Fairway Unfolded, never heard of it. The Last Guardian, I'm curious, but I've heard so many mixed things about it that I just let it slip by. Then The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Left Behind, Until Dawn, which, was an okay title. It doesn't have exactly the best of premises, but it's good. Then, for all of you Uncharted fans, there's Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, A Thief's End, The Lost Legacy. We also have Wipeout Omega Collection, which was, in a way, some sort of F-Zero derivative game. And it's very different, but it's very different, but kind of has the same feel, if it makes any sense. Now, moving on to third-party titles. We're going to be getting Ashen, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which, I should make a parenthesis here. Ubisoft is gonna be integrating its, I believe it's called Ubisoft Plus service with the PlayStation Deluxe release. I need to confirm that, but yeah, they're jumping into the fray. We're going to be getting Batman Arkham Knight, amazing game, the best Batman game ever, bar none to me. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite. We're going to be getting Celeste, City Skylines. I'm actually really curious to play this. I'm really interested in this. Then we have Control Ultimate Edition. It's been made by Remedy Entertainment, and it's the game that got me back into modern gaming. I think it's a work of art, and I'm looking forward to Control 2. Let me know in the comments if you are as well. Now, moving on, we're going to be getting Dead Cells for all of you 2D Soulsborne-like fans out there. We're going to be having Far Cry 3 Remaster and Far Cry 4. And remember at the beginning of this video where I said I just had a small heart attack because I thought we weren't rolling. We are. Remember when I said that certain releases were very interesting because they could foreshadow certain releases. Now, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Why do I think that this is interesting? If Squaresoft jumped on this bandwagon, and quite frankly, I see no reason why they wouldn't. I see no reason, as a matter of fact, no reason why any company wouldn't be in this, okay, is that we could be getting so many great retro titles. It could be getting that remake, that sweet and beautiful remake of Final Fantasy II for the PSP. For example, we could be getting Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy Tactics. The possibilities are endless. So I'm really happy to see Final Fantasy 15 announced here, even though it's far from being one of my favorites. And I think that's, it's kind of a consensus. Now, moving on. For Honor, never played it. Hollow Knight, people have been saying, hey, Balmont, you gotta play this. And I say, no, thank you. And I know it's great, but it's not on my alley. Then we're gonna be having I was gonna say Mardians. That's an award, Mardians. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. And even though that Avengers game was a rock-solid third, people have been speaking very good things about Guardians of the Galaxy, and hey, it's gonna be in the catalog, so why not give it a try? Mortal Kombat 11, that's the game I stopped playing Mortal Kombat 3, but who knows? And for all of you anime fans, we're gonna be getting Naruto Shippuden, Ultimate Ninja Storm. I think I only ever played one Naruto game in the PlayStation 2, so yeah, you let me know if it's good. NBA 2022, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game I'm really looking forward to trying. Resident Evil, of course, I believe it's going to be the remake for the very first title. It's the ultimate remake. I honestly believe it's the best remake someone could ever make. I think we've peaked in terms of remakes, with Resident Evil 1. Then Soul Calibur 6, really good. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. I'm really looking forward to this because I played the first one. I think it was called The Seeker of Truth, and it was really promising. It felt like playing a South Park episode, so yeah. And from what I've seen, this one, took everything that was implemented in the first game and expanded upon it, and it seems amazing. Next up, we have The Artful Escape. Never heard of it. The Crew 2, it seems to be an okay game. I don't really know anything about it. We are going to be getting Tom Clancy's The Division. Yeah, no thank you. Now, moving on to the classic game catalogs. Oh, we have a shot over there. So, original PlayStation and PSP. And remember, this isn't the complete list. Okay, those are just a few titles, right? So, Ape Escape, kind of okay game. Hot Shots Golf, never played it. IQ, Intelligent Cube, I think that's actually needless. Then Jumping Flash. If you've played this game back when the first PlayStation was originally released, then it was quite impressive. It was really interesting. I believe it's on the PlayStation Classic. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is, because I have it right here. And of course, nowadays it doesn't hold that much water, but back then it was really good. So maybe for nostalgia, who knows? And Super Stardust Portable. I don't know if you have ever played this title, but it's a high-speed action game. It's the style of game where you think, you blink, you lose. There was a time in my life where I got absolutely addicted to the PlayStation 3 version, and you can be sure that I play the PlayStation Portable version A lot. Now, moving on to the third-party titles, we're going to be getting Mr. Driller, never heard of it. Tekken 2, everyone and their grandmother knows it. Worms World Party, Worms Armageddon. I played the original one on the PC, had a lot of fun, but no, I never played after that. And now, Classic Games Catalog Remasters from the PlayStation Studios. We're going to be getting Ape Escape 2, never played it. Then Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. I always loved the Arc the Lad series, so I'm definitely going to jump into this. Then Dark Cloud 1 and 2, never heard of it. If it's a horror game, you can bet I'm going to play it. Patavision, Hot Shot Tennis, Jak 2, Jak 3, Jak X, Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy. I never played a single Jak and Daxter game. Let me know your favorite one in the comments because maybe I could try it out. Who knows? Rogue Galaxy, amazing game. Amazing game. You know, if you're watching this video, then make sure to tag this game so you can play it on yourself. Then Siren. Siren's a game I've always been interested in. You know, I'm going to go for this. Wild Arms 3, of course. You know, I'm glad to see Wild Arms getting some love because it's such an amazing franchise. It had its ups and downs, of course, but I'm going to say the result is mostly positive. Then third-party partners. Try saying that again, fast, 3 times. BioShock Remastered, really good. Borderlands The Handsome Collection, I'd say that, you know, the series has somewhat declined over the years, but the first installments were really good. Now, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Maybe I'll make a special video about it someday, because Bulletstorm was marketed as a game with a lot of curse words, and it surely does have them. It surely does have them, okay? But it's a very solid and fun shooter. You know, it's an arcade shooter, it's amazing, I recommend it to everyone. Now, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. I don't think I ever played this game. Lego Harry Potter Collection. I've always wanted to dive into some Harry Potter games. I think I only played like 1 or 2 of them. And yeah, I'm going to be taking a look. Now, we're going to be having original PlayStation 3 games via streaming, like I said at the beginning of this very video. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to help us grow, bring you more games, news, and content for you, okay? And also, smash that like button. Now, moving on. PlayStation 2 from the PlayStation Studios, Crash Commando. I don't know what that is. And here, we're going to be having Demon's Souls. Why do I think this is cool? Maybe they're going to be activating the servers again. Now, of course, well, you know, we're going to be getting the PlayStation 5 version. But getting back to the original has its charm. You know, it's not just because we have the remake that the original game should be forgotten. Quite the contrary. We also have Echo Chrome. I think it was a very early PlayStation 3 title. It's a puzzle style of game that deals with perspective, and it's really interesting. It's a really charming and elegant game. If you're going to play this, pay special attention to the soundtrack. It's beautiful. Now, Hotshot Golfs, blah, blah, blah. Eco, that's a game I'm going to be playing. Infamous was an amazing game. Infamous 2... Did I say Infamous? Infamous 2 was really good, you know, even though you won't be playing as Cole McGrath anymore. It's been a while, so maybe I'm mistaking names. I still think it's really interesting. The premise is interesting, the story is interesting, and exploring the world, getting all the upgrades and stuff was really, really fun. Infamous Festival of Blood, never played it. Gonna. Loco Roco Cocorecho, I have no idea what this is. Then MotorStorm, Apocalypse, and RC. Not many people, you know, got to play MotorStorm. Actually, you know what I mean. A lot of people played it, but you know, it's a title that was somewhat forgotten. And I actually have a copy of it. I got a copy many years later, and it's a very solid game. It's a very solid game. Be on the lookout for this if you like racing games. Then we have Puppeteer, never heard of it. Rain, a lot of Ratchet & Clank games. You know, Quest for Booty, Cracking Time, Into the Nexus. I don't know. Resistance, I believe I played the second game, and it was good. Yeah, not much you can say about it. As for Super Stardust HD, well, you know, this is a version, the game I just mentioned, that I used to spend dozens of hours playing. I could beat the game twice without dying, because it was so addictive. And I used to train to practice my concentration, and it really helped. Believe me. You understand what I'm talking about when you begin playing this. And it's good that it's going to be getting released on this new service. But being a streaming game, you know, there's going to be delay, and Super Stardust isn't a game that would really handle delays really well. You know, you need to be absolutely precise. So I don't know if this is gonna work so well. But well, you let me know, okay? Then Tokyo Jungle. Here's a title I want to check out. When Vikings Attack. I never heard of it. Now, as for third-party partners, Asura's Wrath. And yes, people, you know, all the Tom, Lindsay, Neo Belmont one, Bowstake, all the guys who are always with me. I can see you guys eyeballing Lords of Shadow 2. I'm going to be talking about this pretty soon. Now, Asura's Wrath is actually a game that my brother gifted to me because when I wanted to play it, you know, the copies were no longer available anywhere unless they went for they went for a lot of money, and it's a ridiculous game, as in over the top. It's like you're watching an anime, and unfortunately, it was never received very well. You know, it didn't do so well. And the good thing about us getting this is that, well, there's also something else going against Asura's Wrath, and that was that the final episode was a DLC. Yeah, sucks. But from what I can gather, this is gonna be the complete package. You know, you would take Capcom doing us dirty by, you know, oh, you're gonna be having Asura's Wrath, but you're gonna need to buy the DLC. I don't think they're gonna be doing that. I hope. Now, the white elephant in the room. Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. Now, I have a history with Lords of Shadow, and I really recently I tried live streaming Lords of Shadow, and it had so many great qualities. It wasn't as bad as everyone says. However, it does have a lot of flaws. Okay, I'm talking about Lords of Shadow 1. And I've never gotten around to playing Lords of Shadow 2. Maybe I'll rectify this later on. But people seem to say that Lords of Shadow 2 is a really good game, with the exception of its stealth parts. So you let me know. And this being, you know, a Castlevania game being in this new subscription system, has the same effect that Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Ultimate, whatever, His Royal Highness, whatever edition, had. Because we could be getting Lament of Innocence. We could be getting Curse of Darkness, Symphony of the Night, maybe Harmony of Despair, which, you know, if we're being honest, wasn't really a good game. It's kind of, you know, it's a party game, but, you know, I love playing it. I really love playing it with you guys. And by the way, if you want to play this right now, we don't want to wait, then check out the link I'm going to leave right here, because there's a way you can play this game online on your computer for free in 2022, okay? So moving on, Devil May Cry HD Collection, always good to have this, even though, you know, via streaming, I don't know if that's such a good idea. Then Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Now, this game was actually developed by Ninja Theory. I was mistaken. You know, it's like Javier Bardem and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It always takes me a second. You know, Ninja Theory and Team Ninja. Ninja Theory developed this game as well as having developed the DMC reboot. And this game never got, you know, Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, never got enough screen time. Never got enough screen time. It's a really good game with a really good story. And if you've played, well, you can see right here, you know, down below, Horizon Forbidden West. Forbidden West actually had to undergo certain changes. Yes, they had to change a few things, because if you play Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, you're going to notice some similarities, some glaring similarities between both of them. So much that I actually made a fun fact video about Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm going to be leaving it on the card right here. That's if I can leave 2 cards per video. Anyway, if I can't, I'll leave it at the end tail and at the tail of this video, the cards. So moving on, we're going to be getting Fear. Amazing game, one of the best shooters I've ever played. And if you want my advice, try playing Fear without using bullet time. Try doing it. You know, it's going to be hard. The game was designed for you to play using bullet time. But if you go without it, you're going to have some of the most amazing and intelligent firefights you could ever have in a game. You know, the AI in Fear is amazing. Now, moving on, Lost Planet. Never played it. Ninja, wasn't Wesker a downloadable character in Lost Planet 2, or am I tripping? Let me know. Now, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, well, I am a Tomonobu Itagaki fan. I am. I think he's done amazing works during his time in Team Ninja. Yes, Ninja Theory, Team Ninja, there you go. And unfortunately, he left, founded, I think it's called Valhalla Vikings or something like that, and then he put out Devil's Third, and that was the end of his career. But yeah, it's a really good game. You know, some people would actually favor Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1 or 2. They're both, you know, they still play the same, but they're very different. So you're going to have, you know, different groups of fans right here. But Sigma 2 was really beautiful. You know, it was one of the prettiest games I've ever seen on the PlayStation 3. And if you want a fun fact, Ryu Hayabusa is voiced by Josh Keaton. And if you heard of this name, then you know that he is the guy who voiced Ocelot, a very young Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3. Now we're going to be getting Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. Never played it, who knows? And here comes the time-limited game trials. So the launch trials are going to be from the PlayStation Studios, Uncharted, Legacy of Thieves Collection, and Forbidden West. But for Forbidden West, you're going to be getting 3 hours instead of the standard 2. And third-party partners, we're going to be getting Cyberpunk 2077. I'll leave this slamming up to you. And you know, Farming Simulator 22. Okay, let me know if this is good. Then Tiny Tina's Wonderland and WWE 2022. This I really want to try out. And they're going to be getting new games added regularly. And here we're going to see, you can see some explanations about all of the different titles. And that was it. So in the end, you know, let me pull it. I'm going to leave the video out. Yes, that was Schumacher. And, you know, so in the end, I'm really looking forward to this new subscription system, both because of its modern titles, of course, you know, from the PlayStation 4 and 5, but also, and I'm not going to say even mainly, but I'm going to say I'm split 50-50 in terms of entrance. That's an absolutely new word. In terms of interest, because at the same time that we're going to be getting to play so many modern titles on our PlayStation 5, the idea that we could be getting so many amazing retro games, you know, Castlevania titles, Final Fantasy titles, maybe Star Ocean games, maybe could be getting Xenogears, Parasite Eve, you know, so much great stuff. Oh, there's Returnal again. I'm definitely going to play it. Makes me think that this could actually turn out favorably for retro gaming because, you know, let's be honest, not everyone is willing to shell out, let's say, hundreds of dollars for a copy of Xenogears or Final Fantasy VII or, I don't know, Chrono Cross, or, well, Chrono Cross has been remade recently. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And having those games in this new subscription service could also begin turning people towards retro gaming, because I'm not speaking out of nostalgia, okay? I'm not a nostalgic person when I evaluate something I have played in the past. You know, if it's good, if it's still good, it's still good. If it sucks, well, that's life. It happens. But it could, you know, begin making people interested in the past. This could also lead modern companies into making more retro-style games. I'm not necessarily saying pixel art games. This has been done to death for, like, I don't know, over a decade. But, you know, those retro games that still had modern feel to them back when they were released, of course, that were substantially different from the styles of games we have nowadays. And so yeah, man, this video must be like what? Unedited. I'm getting 25 minutes here, so who knows how long this video is going to be. So this was it for this announcement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments which games you're looking forward to, because I'm looking forward to so many of them. You know, I'm going to making so much content about so many games that are going to be released in this collection. And if you feel like it, you can become a member right here or on our Patreon platform. You can also make donations on a Buy Me a Coffee system. There's plenty of options. I'm going to be leaving them all in the description below. So this was Bowen speaking to you, and I'll see you next time. Later. Dude, I don't know, man. I must have two invisible oxygen tanks hooked to my back. Because really, on this video, I pretty much went full on Ace Ventura, man. Later.